It is.
They have some
It is.
confidence.
It's a Linium Ziggs. Oh wow!
Okay.
Wow!
Interesting.
Wow! Wow! And they're going to get invaded on because you've only got one front line, and that's the J4, and he's going to be pushed out of his own jungle. Ziggs and Vayne are already moving into the enemy topside jungle. Yeah, wow. I don't know if you can tell me the win rate of a top lane Ziggs here. But
I
it's
think
not
any
something
stats that I can
scale
give
up.
you will be a very small sample size. So yeah, it's just a bit of a wildcard pick. You know, something unexpected to throw the enemy team off.
Wildcard doesn't cut it. It's a pick. I know it isn't Vigo mid. This is because they weren't in order in the client. Especially now we are using this new software. A big call to every single player that's playing in this tournament, whether it be a replay or a live game. Make sure you're in lane order, because otherwise we get these weird matchups where we see, you know, Vayne playing into a Viego. Although Vayne is absolutely bullying this Galio so far early. And the trades in bot lane are already starting off to be quite spicy.
Yeah, everyone getting very aggressive early on.
This Galio will not be able to play the game now.
Yeah, I mean, he's just got to sit back and farm with Q from range, and that's his best bet. And the top side Linium getting some poke down as well onto Folix.
Folix is going to have such a hard time with the range. But yeah, look at this Galio. He's already chunked it down to near enough 25% health by this Vayne. And this is before Vayne becomes a real champion. I mean, the spacing from Sinsync to go through, you know, the wind wall, the wind is just, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely going to be hard for Chained Up. He's already down to like about 45% health.
Yeah, I mean, we actually got Gragas going in on the Ziggs, but Ziggs can just jump away. You know, for top lane, for a mage doing duty in top lane. I mean, the poke and the damage, but the escape as well. He has everything he needs to make it work there. And when he's at the hands of someone like Linium, yeah, the confidence that Linium has to play any champion in this top lane is just crazy.
Well, he's using the satchel to go in.
And he should get first blood here. Although Gragas is going to go back in now. Ziggs doesn't have much mana at this point. We obviously J4 look for gank in the spot lane onto Severe. He does get a spell shield though, however, they are going to go onto the Lulu. Sorry, not onto Lulu, onto the Karma, who does get polymorphed. But no kills yet, but E-Kittens. Oh, never mind, the king gets put down. That is just a dead Karma. Yeah, taken to the... Yeah, just... That was nasty.
Yeah, smart play there from Caliber to wrap around after the initial gank, catches the Karma off guards, and she's trying to clear a ward. Gets first blood. Very nice.
Really, really well played so far. And we see Gallo put a wee bit of pressure onto this Vayne, but now he's got to be careful because he's used all these cooldowns to try and close that gap, and Vayne can just start re-hitting for fun.
Yeah, I think because looking at these top and mid matchups, they're actually very similar in that, you know, Galio and Gragas both have like one engage tool, and Vayne and Ziggs have one disengage tool, which makes it really easy for them to play. Because after that engage tool is gone.
J4 is just in every single lane. He's been bot side. You got the gank in mid. Lulu's here as well. They're considering fighting here. Meanwhile, up in the top side, Linium is fighting against Gragas, and this is much more exciting than the previous series we saw. J4 going in, looking at the Coinflip already. He decides against it with the Galio taunt coming out. And yeah, this is yeah, I mean, for E-Kittens, they're slowly stemming the bleeding. You know, this Gragas is actually playing really quite well. you know, actually matching the CS of this range. Oh, beautiful cast there onto Linium from Folix here. Problem is, there's a Damascene King rocking up through the jungle, flash, flag and drag. And should that just be second kill? He's going to take 2 tower shots. So he takes 1, takes 2, he takes a 3rd. Folix might get a kill here, and he does! Caliber will fall. I mean, they are called the Coinflip Connoisseurs for a reason, and we just saw an example of it right there. Meanwhile, the taunt coming out from the Galio onto the Vayne, but Vayne's going to turn it around. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, you know, this Kog'Maw is amped up thanks to this Lulu, and they're going to turn onto the Severe now. Yeah, the quality of this bot lane from non-reciprocal and Lele are just really good. They have got so much control already. 8 CS up on the Cog, 5 on the Lulu. They are in complete control of this lane right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both ADCs scale well, so you know, if Sivir can just keep up on the CS, avoid dying, he's also going to be super strong late.
I mean, the good thing, I think, here is you do have a lot of engagements. We've got to see Vayne go in, and Vayne will just get the kill onto the Galio, even when Galio was in melee range. I think that's the power of the Berserker Greaves. Right there.
I think Sensting played that super smartly. I think Galio actually wanted to E backwards to just hit the wave and get out, but Sensting rolls forward, gets caught by the E, and removes the escape tool for Galio.
This is just J4 getting a bit cocky. The bouncing bomb not quite landing from the Ziggs, and then here we go here. Galio does near enough everything right, but Vayne just manages to wait out the taunt. Or to say, even if she was taunting, it's only going to attack the Galio. But that's not really what you want to do.
Nice cancel the base
is
there.
bluffing dangerously.
There's going to be first Drake to the Coinflip Connoisseurs.
So I've got to ask Ivan, if you were the side of E-Kittens and you see this draft, what's your win con? How are you playing this?
Well, I think their draft is just a lot easier to execute in terms of front to back. So if they just avoid dying, keep the CS up, go scale late, they should be in a much better position because, you know, just if they just group and go to objectives, they should be winning this fights, realistically. But they have been, you know, willing to fight the Coinflip Connoisseurs.
Yeah, and that's what we want to see. You know, we want action. We want to see teams fighting. We are seeing Viego be in the area as well. As obviously Grub's up. He is on the Grubs, but the whole cavalry is coming. The Ziggs satchel will just knock Viego away. He has to retreat with his tail between his legs. As J4 will take over the Grubs. He didn't get any of them, the E-Kittens, and it will just be should be all 3 over to the coin flip. You know, they're flipping the coin, and it's only came up tails once.
Yeah.
Although good not here now,
so
Linium getting pushed up, but a lot of missed skill shots. You know, we talk about, you know, these high elo players and the ability to land these skills. It's not as if Gragas is doing a lot of sidestepping, although he's dodging every single ability there. Really well played from Folix. But it shows when you put a play on a champion that style they're not so used to playing. Meanwhile, Galio is going to take a lot of damage. Sensing the sides against killing him. I'm still in shock at this lineup, folks. Everything I had planned out of the picture. I did not see a draft like this coming. And yeah, one interesting thing to note though is the J4 is quite behind on his jungle camps. 11 CS down, but more importantly, 6 points on the jungle pet monster. As Ziggs doing a lot of poke onto this Gragas. The big cast comes out. Ziggs has to flash. Gragas will live for the moment. He's sitting there eating the shots, but none of them die. I mean, Folix, the balls of steel. I don't know how he lives there. I think
he's got his dancing shoes on. He's just saying that kind of dodged the last couple of abilities.
Is a big factor there. And interesting that he's choosing to use the TP now rather than when he has the Rod of Ages. I personally am of the mindset you save that TP until the Rod of Ages back, because your wave, you didn't get much extra of that wave, and now that's just going to delay his Rod of Ages because he has to make sure he's laying this in a nice spot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he just thinks he's too low to stay in the lane. He TP's back. He's going to shove this wave now.
I 100% agree with the back. The back, I 100% agree with. It's the TP back I don't.
I mean, I think the wave was crashing, so he feels that he has to, you know, just go for the TP, not to lose too much CS. He has the wave crash now. He should go for a brace here. Hopefully he has it.
Meanwhile, we see J4 in the bot lane jumping right onto this Carmen Severe. He was in the area for the counter gang, but we've seen a lot of damage. However, they don't quite have enough. We see the TP coming down from both mid laners. We've got an absolute brawl here. J4 getting knocked out by the Winds of War. And it is looking like J4's going to be the first one down. The Galio will come in, but can't quite save the life of the Viego. And now we're going to see the Severe fall as well, only for the life of the J4. Then Galio will go in and taunt. Will end up paying the price on Sensei, and that is a double kill for the Vayne. Now 4-0 on this Vayne, and everyone who's played a game of League of Legends know that a fed Vayne is never something you want to see.
Yeah, we're going to get a replay here. Nice initial engage from Caliber. The Lulu actually knocks the Karma out of the Cataclysm, which is kind of funny. Doesn't matter too much. Teleports in from both mid laners. And yeah, the Vayne's just free hitting. There's nobody attacking the Vayne. Even gets a nice E flash, I think, here. Yeah, on the wall. Stuns up the Sivir. And then it's just a free chase down for the last 2 kills.
Yeah, that's exactly, you know, if you're the side of the Coinflip Connoisseurs, you know, yeah, these fights are going in your favour and you're getting the money onto your carries. And Gwyn's shoes already completed for the Kog'Maw, and he's not even halfway through the cull. You know, Bork and Boots for this Vayne. The Super Inferno Bomb doesn't quite do much, but will just clear the wave in that bot lane. As we now see Vayne switch into top lane, which I think is slightly more expected, as Linium will switch to the bot lane, allowing the bot lane to move into the mid, which is just nice macro. And Gragas will be pushed back, will take a tower shot for his troubles. Viego is in the area, so Vayne has to be careful. She is going to push the wave away, and they're deciding against engaging, although I think they know that there's company there. J4's loitering down the bot lane and maybe looking on Severe, especially when they have vision on everyone else, knowing that Severe is alone in this bot lane. Galio will be resetting. He does have his ult coming up very shortly. And that is such a powerful global, isn't it, Ivan?
Yeah, definitely can change team fights. But Jarvan's already on the Drake.
Yeah, J4 is already starting this Drake, kind of just pushing the pressure. You know, they have just so much momentum right now. You know, 2.3k gold lead, and now the feats of warfare, feats of strength secured with the 3 kills and the 3 objectives. They've got 2 dragons, first one not showing, and the grubs. I just don't see a way the E-Kittens can turn this at this stage. And it's not even as if they've done anything crazy. It's just a lot of these plays are going so much in the favour of the Coinflip team that the only goal, I would say the only gold lead we see, but it's J4 into Severe, and you'd expect Severe to be leading against the J4.
Most likely, yeah.
Talking of the J4, we see the flag and drag into the Cataclysm coming out. Gragas will just flash out, and the TP is going to come up from Ziggs to go back to the bot lane. The hyper focus, but the focus item coming up for the vision, and already on his next chapter, this Ziggs might not have a lot of kills, but has a massive CS lead on this Gragas.
They're going to go for the dive.
Still, we're 15 minutes in and he still doesn't have his Rod of Ages. And this is what I was saying. Even, yes, you saved your CS by TPing there. You have now delayed one of the most critical items for your scaling by, we're almost 5 minutes at this point. That's 5 stats possibly you could have had. And he's still not been able to back. You know, It is
I
small
guess he's just
plays
getting
like
shoved
that.
in. He's getting shoved in so hard that he feels like he can't even base and TP. Like he has that TP back now, but he hasn't gone for it.
Well, that's just that, the TP is going through a full cycle, and he's not been able to back. Like, he's trying to back now, but I don't think Vayne's going to let him. Like, if Vayne's smart, he'll just proc one attack, and yet there it is. We see on the mini-map that the back gets cancelled, and J4's in the area as well. I mean, there's one way you can back, and that's to die. And like I said, J4 is... The pressure on this topside turret is just too much. The cast comes out onto the Vayne. The Galio is here as well. We're going to get a massive fight. J4 managed to get out. The Winds of War is trying to come out to taunt, but not going to land. Karma's here to sing, but they're going to fight. This Gragas should not be allowed to back it. The Flagging Drag's going to come out. J4 is in the area, and Gragas has to catch his back one more time. A double knock-up from the Flagging Drag, however, and the Lulu ult. A lot of damage going down. J4 taking a lot of damage, but the armor there is doing work. Gragas is finally 16 minutes 25 seconds into this game going to be able to back to get this Rod of Ages. There it is, folks. I just think that's going to be too little too late.
Yeah, this game might well be over in the next, 7 to 8 minutes.
What is it with Gragas's and buying late Rod of Ages? We saw Spoopid do it earlier in the week. We've now seen Folix do it. I mean, again, I'm a low elo scrub, so there might be some hidden tech I'm missing. But surely a 26 minute fully stacked Rod of Ages, the game's done by that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was probably just slightly poor decisions, but Vayne's going in.
Oh my god, the Cataclysm comes out, Vayne, Sivir will flash out even, but this Vayne is hungry. Caliber will pick up the kill onto the Sivir, and they're just going to turn their attention towards getting Pryo mid. It's not even like Dragon's up, we still got another 70 seconds on the Dragon. The Rift Herald will get popped into the mid lane. Vayne will jump inside, take it for a Tokyo Drift. The Satchel's already on the turret, it just goes pop. And they're going to look for to rinse and repeat on the second turret. They've hit the second tower, folks. Doesn't quite do as much damage as the previous one. The flash are coming out everywhere, and it looks like Lulu could fall, and she does indeed. Folix will pick up a kill on the Lulu. Viego will get the transformation, and they will get the shutdown onto the Kog'Maw. I'll eat my words. The Gragas is coming through, but I think that's more from overstep than that. A lot of damage. Tower shot will fall onto Gragas, but the Infernal Bomb will just clear the wave. And yeah, great fight for the E-Kittens. And it brings the game back into, at least on gold. It seems to bring it back, but it's still feeling a bit kind of lost.
Yeah, but I mean, as we mentioned before the game, like if Viego can get those resets, like team fights can definitely be super winnable, even from behind.
I mean,
enemy champs are fed.
Now got the...
Suddenly you, and now you're fed.
Well, that's it. He's now got the Kraken. Obviously, that true damage is going to do work on every third attack. And they look like they put a lot of attention towards this dragon. Remember, this is the third dragon of the match. If the side of conflict Connuisseurs get it, they are on soul point. Now, the TP is going to come up from the Gallo to join this fight, who was in top lane, pushing that out. That's going to crash the top tower. That dragon's just gone. First dragon on the side for the E-Kittens. And now they're going to fight. Gallo's going in. The knockup's coming in. T-Man Cataclysm from the J4 into the Super Infernal Mega Bomb. And yeah, Caliber with a fantastic play. And Sensei is just going to run them down. The Galio should be the next to fall to the Kog'Maw and the Vayne. And the Ziggs even. The Super Bomb doing work. But the Kog'Maw slow will be the thing that puts them to the sword. Sarhan saying it's not good for team fights. But oh my god, the team fight from Coinflip's Connuisseurs is just so clean. 4 kills for the price of none. And they're going to lose mid-turret and probably bot side tier 2 here as well.
Yeah, just unfortunate for the E-Kittens. They take the Drake and then they group up a bit too much. Jarvan has a really beautiful
that
three-man
J4
cataclysm.
is disgusting. Like,
yeah, straight into the Lulu ult as well. They all get knocked up, and there's just nothing they can do really.
but that is complete knowledge and trust in your champions to know that you can at any second just do that. That was like 7 on a silver platter. But the gold lead is still 5k. It's still a significant lead. but we've seen his ways can come back. We talked about this Viego. Viego's had no resets apart from the one on Lulu so far that have really been impactful. They are grouping up again here for this Atakan. They are looking to fight. You know, E-Kittens are showing no fear here. And they are going to get Prio onto this Atakan. You know, Vayne is on the top side this time. Lulu has to pop the Shirelli's Battle Song to get away. And they just have so much push here without this Vayne here. Now, Vayne's going to continue pushing on that top side. But the Atakan will be started up. It looks like it might reset. Yes, it will. It resets back to full health. The aggro will drop for the moment, which will allow the Connuisseurs to get back in position, reclaim some control. They don't have any vision onto this Galio. They know he's somewhere in the pit.
Yeah, but they're just stalling it to allow the Vayne to get this top tier 2. Galio's flashing.
Yeah, and this is one thing you don't do. The Ziggs, the Lulu will just fall, and that is a big champion for the disengage to fall. But Sinsing is still pushing on this top side, looking for the tier 2. The Galio will come in, but Viego is just dead in time. The knockups will come out. A shutdown double kill for the Galio, but you're losing your top side, folks. You might have got a double kill there. 3 champions there. But you've lost so much gold in that top side. And you've put it all onto the champion, which is known for 1v9ing.
Yeah, and, you know, for the side of the E-Kittens, Galio picks up... Ooh. Nice explosive cast there.
Oh, the flash to dodge the cask. And yeah, I mean, this Vayne now, you know, she's got the Pork, she's got the Guinsoo's, and yeah, we've got to remember while this fight's going on, Vayne's been top, but it was a fantastic play from Kittens nonetheless.
Yeah, well played by Chained Up. You know, he hits a 3-man ult here, and it allows him to pick up the 2 kills. Unfortunately, he does get those 2 kills, and you know, he's not the best champ for trying to carry a game from behind. Like, ideally, it goes to the Sivir. But, you know, kills are kills, gold is gold. Yeah. They did try and finish off the Atakan on the back of that fight, but they weren't able to. And now there's going to be another scrap.
But again, that now leads the Connuisseurs to back here. And the big difference in this fight is the 5-0 Vayne is back in the picture. Gallows looking to try and work wonders again, but he's just rooted and stunned up. Viego has to Q away, E away, sorry, and they're just dead. And that is Atakan to add to the spoils of the Coinflip Connuisseurs, and it shows that if there's a 5v5, there's only one team coming out ahead at the moment, and that is the Connuisseurs.
Yeah, Galio's trying to kind of do what the Vayne was doing on the top side, but he doesn't.
It just doesn't have the same power.
Yeah, he doesn't kill turrets nearly as fast as the Vayne.
We were a bit sceptical of this comp because he's got no front line, but you don't need front line if the enemy's just dead. As a severe hack will get. Oh my god! Yeah, what?
Yeah, that Ziggs ult did so much damage.
That was a thing. I mean, we saw a forfeit in the last game. This is an FF angle, if you ask me.
I don't know. Like, they might just take this opportunity to, you know, talk about game plans, think about the next game, and
that's just it. You know, we talked about in the last game the mental of this high reload. It is so much easier for people to get tilted because you know you have quite skill and you know you're going against some of the best of the best. But there just feels there's nothing the Kittens can do right now in this game. I mean, Severe gets away, which is really good, but they lose Viego, they lose Karma.
And the turret.
It's the synergy of the players in Coinflip Connuisseurs that I am so impressed with. You know, whenever there's a play, it's never just one person.
Yeah.
There's 3, there's 4, or there's the full army there. And this is why they're such a formidable team. Not just because of some of the champs, you know, the spiciness of their draft, but the way they're playing it. They know how they want to play the game. As Sinsing will just get another kill onto Folix on the Gragas. And it now looks like Viego is going to be the next one in the firing line. The Kog'Maw, it gets Lulu ulted. Wilma will get a kill onto the Viego at the cost of the Kog'Maw, but that doesn't matter because they pick up the Galio in return and they're just going to march straight to the Baron. 3 members of the Kittens been put to sleep. It's 18-8, 8k gold in the lead. What do you want to see game 2? from the Kittens, Ivan, because this game's over.
I mean, like, I feel like it's so difficult to learn something from the draft when they play such a weird draft. Like, there's nothing where you can say, oh, this champ was the issue, we should ban it. Like, I don't know, I think it's just execution gap, to be honest. Like,
a bigger question is, though, how the hell do you play against a comp like this? Like, what would have been the ideal strat? Because it's such a unique comp, such a comp that it has to rely on a lot of communication, a lot of trust in your teammates. You couldn't just pull this out on a random 5-star. If I see someone locking Ziggs in a solo game, I'm just quitting that before he even gets the champ select. We always see a taunt from the Galio doing a lot of damage onto this Vayne, but problem is, has to pop the Zhonya's, because in an extended fight, this Vayne is, oh my god. Sinstinct is, I believe we're going to have a content warning on this if this Vayne gets the kill. No, thankfully the Vayne dies, thank god. But she almost got a double kill there in a fight where she should never even have a word to get it. But all while that's happening, they're just ransacking the base, folks. You know, Viego will go onto the Ziggs, doesn't quite get anything, use the satchel to escape though. The flag and drag into the Cataclysm will come in from the J4, but they will just take the inhib with this Baron buff. Severe looks, oh my lord! That health bar exploded quicker than the Ziggs bomb. Yeah, they're going to reset. Just because the waves are in a weird spot, you expect them to come through bot side for this next push. But the side of the Coinflip Connoisseurs are just flexing at this point.
yeah, I mean, I think this game's been over for the last few minutes. You know, the E-Kittens are trying their best. And, you know, there's a world where Sliver gets a ton of CS from these two super minion waves.
The fact Vayne not only burns so much from the Galio, but burns the TP from the Gragas. Now the Gragas will eventually get the kill. Cancelled auto in there. That was a lot closer than it should have been. But in the end, no harm, no foul. Frolics got the kill.
Yeah. And finally that road's been finished.
Though, yeah, finally. It took long enough, 28 minutes into the game. But as we said, I think it's too little too late here. The Cataclysm will get 3 again, and the Lulu will knock them all up. Circles upon circles here, folks. And not only is it circles upon circles, it's grey screen upon grey screen for the side of the E-Kittens. They took a trip to the vet. The coin got flipped in the air, and they've all been put to sleep. The side of the E-Kittens are going to be absolutely neutered in game 1 here by the Coinflip Connoisseurs. And Ivan, what a game 1 that was.
Yeah, that was a difficult watch if you're an E-Kittens fan, you know.